Inflation.
Yeah, they're getting everyone except for Costco hot dogs. Those are never allowed to increase in price, otherwise everyone will riot.
$1.50. You
That's
can
right.
exchange it for a Polish sausage for free too.
Sheesh. Sounds like a no. He's talking from experience. Hello! Welcome, guests, to Sinister Sips, a dastardly debriefing where we spill the tea. We are the Vtuber villain group Hysteria, and we will be your host this evening. My name is tempomaou. I'm a Demon Lord Vtuber that specializes in competitive games, but I also like playing social games.
Welcome to the manor. My name is Kuro, or you can call me corvuskuro. I play competitive games like Apex, League, Marvel Rivals, and I'm still into Monster Hunter right now.
Hi everyone, my name is Anju. I usually play FPS games. I'm a Lion VTuber, and recently I've been addicted to Marvel, and I'm getting into IDV.
Hi, I'm Hikaru. I'm a villain VTuber, and I stream a lot of IDV, and I'm really getting into Limbus Company.
Getting into the first topic of today's episode, highlight and lowlight of the week. Anything cool that happened, anything bad that happened. So for me, this is currently debut week as of recording, and we are working on getting like the teasers out and things like that. So it's really exciting. By the time you're watching this episode, we've already debuted, but the preparation phase is kind of like, it's stressful, right? But in a good way. It's like a good feeling. So really, really excited about getting all that out there and debuting on this Friday as of recording. So that's really cool. We've had a few fun weeks together. I really enjoyed playing Monster Hunter recently. And the Lockdown Protocol collab that we did last night was super fun as well.
Yeah, I had fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good banter.
That was a bit
I
of a
won
murder.
every game as Dissident. I'm so happy.
You did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was two Dissidents. I think Dissidents won every single game except the very first one when we only had one.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It
that's
was me.
because it was Kuro. Like, Kuro's the
Okay,
best
well-
Dissident ever. He had 100% win rate. I let him get away with it every single game. Every game he was Dissident, and I'm like, alright, Kuro, come help me with something.
And I would say, yeah, I'll help you. Come on, let's go.
Yep, and then I was betrayed every single time. I think he's just a professional gaslighter, I don't know.
The betrayal was just so juicy.
It was. We basically played out our own, like, K-drama throughout the course of the session. When we were both on cams together, just, like, chilling and vibing, and then you turned out to be the Dissident, that hurt my heart. I was so sad.
Bro, I missed out on that. I was
Yeah.
cipher rushing. I was too busy with my own tasks.
You were.
I just kind of do the objectives.
Yeah. Laser focused object. You know what? That's the best employee you could ask for in that kind of game, though. In Among Us or Lockdown Protocol, you always need one or two people just fully locked in doing like cameras and deliveries.
The thing is, Hikaru was doing that until that one round where it was me and Kuro as Dissident. We murdered everyone and it was just Hikaru alive, and we were like, okay, it's just, let's go see what he's doing.
Yeah, we were
And,
like,
pressure.
I
Yep.
kind of feel bad. He's the only one alive. He's been doing tasks this entire game. Let's help him. And then we go up to him, and he's like, boom. I was like, Andrew, where did you go? see him, see
It was the
Hikaru
shot
just,
that
like
Mao gave
one
me at the
shot
very
on
start.
Andrew. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm dead too now.
Yep, he laid you both out instantly. You're like, hey, Hikaru, you want me to help you with pressure? He goes, boom, boom, both down.
Fucking laid me out.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Everyone was spectating you at the time, Hikaru, and we all died laughing. We're like, what just happened? And then for my low light of the week, I don't really have one, but I do have a random side note and also mini guessing game for you guys. You might already know though. So I found these things called buzz balls in my local gas station. Take a guess of what that is. Yeah, without googling. Buzz balls.
Alcoholic beverages.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
No way. How'd
Yep.
you know that? I would
10
never
points to
know.
Anju.
Of
Mhm.
course, Andrew would know.
Of course
agree.
he would know. He's not beating the allegations. It's like a little pre-mix thing, but it was like, I don't know, $3.50 or something like that, and it comes in like this little ball. And it's 15% alcohol, which is a lot for me because I usually drink like something casual, like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. You know, I like the gamer drink and just sip at it over the course of like a gaming session. Those are only 5%. All right, I drank the entire Buzzball last night within like 20 minutes, and I was blasted.
Mike's Hard is only 5%.
Mhm.
I thought they were like 2.5 or something.
No, I thought they were like less than that too. No, they're pretty strong. I went
you're
from
right.
like Seagrams to like hard Mountain Dew, hard Monster Energy. They call it Beast. So I like that kind of stuff. I really like the soda, the carbonated, the flavored, right? And then I went to Mike's Hard because it actually had more than those. but it surprised me when I saw that in the store for the first time. So I've been on like a Mike's Hard like spree, just because it's so easy to drink and so casual and really good for gaming. But these buzzballs, dude, I'm telling you, get like 5 of them and you could fuck up a lot of people.
I gotta try that. I've never seen it before.
They're actually
Speaking
is
of trying
kind of
things,
tasty.
We need to get you drunk, Hikaru. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I have a ticket still.
Yeah.
So get
I
ready
mean,
for
you
that.
pick a day. I gotta find.
Alright, bet.
I was
Upcoming
trying to
weekend?
buy-
Question mark? Smile.
No, I was just upcoming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's our debut weekend. Hold on.
Hey, good
It's
time.
to
no?
celebrate.
Even
You know what?
better.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, there we go. We got confirmation on
that's-
podcast that he's doing it. Can't go back. It's recorded.
You're right. They can't really hold them accountable though because this podcast is going to be in a couple weeks.
True.
But I mean, they can.
We have the evidence.
We have the evidence. We
have
do.
the
It's
evidence,
hard recorded. I mean, I guess we could retroactively be like, we had the evidence. Did he do it? And then everyone can flame him if he doesn't.
I gotta find stuff though. I don't think I have enough stuff.
You have a week. I'm sure you could.
Go find some buzzballs, bro. Get drunk on some buzzballs, which makes a really
Wait, so
fun
do they
story.
taste like alcohol at all, or like is it just like a beverage?
Okay, so that's a fantastic question. They're pretty strong, but they cover like the nail polish flavor really well, which is what I always describe like hard liquor. It just tastes like nail polish or nail polish remover to me, but they cover that with the fruit flavoring really, really well. I had a berry punch or something like that, and it was good. But I was looking around, there's like the classic strawberry, there's a watermelon one, there's like a sour green apple. And I bet they're all bangers.
Have you? Would you say it's like a Four Loko?
I've never had. What's that like?
Oh.
I've never had it too, but
Oh.
I've heard stuff from.
Of course, Anju's
Okay,
heard of that and
alright.
tasted that. Of course,
Yeah,
Anju of all
yeah,
people.
More Loco's
Okay.
like famous because it got banned at one point, right?
Yeah, because
Oh.
it had caffeine in there.
Oh my gosh, that shit is insane.
No
How about-
way.
Okay, listen. How about we all get one since it's available to everyone it seems, and we can try it together. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Oh
try
yeah, we
it.
should do a taste testing thing.
Yeah.
There we go. Excellent. There we go. Perfect. And everyone's getting fucked up. Easy.
I'm so down. Because
Okay,
I was
yeah,
literally fucked
bait,
up last
I'm ready.
night by myself. I was just like gaming. I got fucked up on a buzzball and then started doing my Zenless dailies. That's how sad my night was
That's
last night.
insane.
Yeah. I had a date with
That's a
Miyabi.
banger.
That's a banger, he says! Kuro's
What?
bar is so low.
Get drunk, start playing gacha games.
Yeah, buddy.
Also, keep in mind, guys, Hikaru's never been drunk before.
What?
Never
That
got
can't be
drunk.
true.
Been tipsy? You've had like some casual drinks, but you haven't gone like all in, like blasted. I've been blasted twice.
No, I've never been blasted.
Oh man, we gotta get you blasted.
No, why would you want to be blasted? Dude, I'm old now. What the heck?
It's fun.
You gotta experience it.
You do.
know what
Not
it's like.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fun for like like what is it? The first 30% of the getting blasted, and the rest of the 70% is just like, fuck, why did I do this? This is fucked, and then you're gonna feel like shit.
That's 70% bad.
Okay,
The
no,
30%
listen, it's-
good.
No, it's 30% good, then like 40% fuck, why did I do this? Then like 10% of okay, wait, I'm actually fine, and you keep drinking, and then 20% of fuck, why did I do that? And then you're fucked again. And
Oh,
then
that sounds pretty
next
bad.
day, when you feel like shit, you're gonna be like, this sucks. But after you get that it sucks part, you're gonna be like, that was actually fucking good. That was fire. Let's do it again.
I don't know.
That was fire.
Cool. I'll have something ready for this weekend.
That's how it goes. And you're
Sounds
also
fun.
gonna say I'm never gonna drink again, but that's a lie.
That's always a lie.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll like not drink that thing again, so you're basically telling the truth, but you'll just drink something else.
Yeah, you're like, "I had a bad
That's
day with
how it
this
works.
particular drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this one now. Oh god. You guys make me sound like actually like I have a problem, bro. Yeah.
You are our alcoholic father figure.
Apparently. Jesus. Fuck it, I'll embrace it all.
That was fast. That was like
That-
instant.
He folded under zero pressure.
Yeah, I did. Shit.
Fastest 180 I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
That roll, I'll take it.
Yoink.
It wasn't even like, well, if no one else will. He was so confident. Like the immediate swipe. Oh, that's my roll now.
Hey, it's better than being the e-boy of the group, no?
That's true. Who's the e-boy of the
Oh,
group?
who is the e-boy of the group?
Can't be me now.
Between
Okay.
you and Mal.
The two that asked. Oh no.
My highlight of this week, I think, is starting a Chinese drama
Hmm.
that I watched
Ooh.
before. It's called Joy of Life, and it's about this guy that like he's from the future. He got transported into like Warring Kingdom times. he has like all these OP people around him because of his mom. He doesn't know who his mom is, but these OP people know who his mom is. His mom is dead. So like these OP people would be like the emperor, like the head of finance for the country, and then the like essentially the FBI of the country, and like they're all around him trying to get him to do things, but like and he's just like wondering why they are so obsessed with him. He's gotten into a arranged marriage. There was an attempt to like assassinate him, and he's just like navigating all these like problems that are happening with him, and like he's like super smart too. So like he figures out most of these things, and it's like watching the dynamic that happens in the show is like my highlight for this week because I'm literally obsessed with that show. Every episode is like 40 minutes. There's like 46 episodes in one season. There's like 3 seasons. I'm on the first season now.
Yeah, that's gonna keep you entertained for a while.
It's cinema. For low light though, I don't really have a low light. Oh, I guess my sleep schedule got ruined. That's my low light. I woke up at
GG.
like 5 p.m. today.
And you were doing so good prior to. That's why
I
it's a
was.
low light.
No, he wasn't. No, he
No,
wasn't.
I was a week ago. I swear, like it was really good a week ago.
Well, your streak may have been like 1 or 2 days, but
No,
I
it was
mean,
like 7 days. It was like a whole week before this week. And how was your week, Andrew?
Well, you see, this week was, I would say, an interesting week. I finally got introduced to the game that 2 people here play, which is IDV. I honestly didn't think I would enjoy it because I played Dead by Daylight a long time ago, and that shit sucked because I usually have hyping to games. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'll try it because, you know, the boys play it, so might as well give it a go. I got into it, and yeah, I'll say it. It was fun. It was fun. I found
Let's
myself
go!
playing grinding ranked.
yippee!
I am almost out of Kaka tier or like bug.
Mhm.
I'm slowly crawling my way up the ranks, trying to learn and see if I can actually improve in this game. Because I'm gonna be so real, I fucking suck ass. Like I'm so bad at this game. It's fucking unreal how bad I am. I'm like, okay, I need to kite this guy for sure. I'll do it this time. I just get fucking 2 tabs in like 5 seconds. It's so bad. And then I get that little walk of shame when you're like getting ballooned into the chair. I'm like, okay, I know I fucked up. All right, my bad, sorry. So yeah, I'm just trying to learn, and I guess in a way it's kind of exciting. Trying out a new genre of game where I can see if I can grow, because usually it's just been FPS games,
Mhm.
and I feel like those are pretty straightforward once you play enough of them. It's like, okay, shoot the guy, play the angle, play to the strength of your character, the abilities, whatever. That's it. Learn
Yeah.
the maps. That's pretty much it. So yeah, it's interesting to see if I can actually make it work, or maybe I'm already too old and washed to be picking up new games. We're gonna find out very soon. And yeah, I guess that's a highlight, and in a sense, if you think about it, also a low light, because I'm committing to getting rolled in another game for a long while. So yeah. How was your week, Wolf?
It was
man.
not bad. Honestly, I got invited to a D&D group, which is interesting. Because I know, like, I don't know, I have random itches to play games, and randomly, out of the blue, something scratched my itch. So, I mean, that's nice. But I'm not saying, like, that I really want to play D&D all the time, but it's been something that, well, not like all the time, but I just felt like it. I don't know. And
That's
someone
fair.
invited me to their group in the Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. So now I have a D&D group. It's the first time I've ever played the actual format rather than like a spin-off of it or some other kind of TTRPG. So that's pretty exciting.
Do you know what you're gonna roll? Like, what your character is gonna be, or no?
Probably like what I usually run.
A caster. I don't even have to.
Yeah. Oh, how'd you know?
Oh, I wonder. Okay, I wonder how I would.
Do I
figured
give
it out
off
now.
caster vibes? I don't know.
Yeah, you
Maybe
do.
not. At,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do?
Absolutely. You're like mage core.
Maybe not at first. I wouldn't have seen you as a caster vibe. I thought you'd be more like,
Paladin.
yeah, something like that. But then the more I started hearing how you play certain games, I knew, okay, I see. You're this type of gamer.
Mhm.
You like blasting stuff from a distance.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like me.
Ah, this guy, bro.
Mm,
Icarus capping.
Mm.
He already knows. He knows what he is. You know what you are.
You know what you are. Yeah.
You're an artillery
No.
mage.
Yep. Caster parentheses derogatory.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should play cleric, and then I was like, you know what? That doesn't sound like me.
It would depend. Is cleric specifically for healing, or does it also have
I don't think
offensive
so.
stuff?
There's a lot of
Famous
rules.
before.
I haven't read through it all. D&D is complicated.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
wait. Oh, wait. It's D&D. Why am I thinking of fucking Ashes of Creation, bro? Okay, D&D Cleric is one of the hardest hitting classes in the game. What the fuck?
Oh, really?
It's
Yes. Depending
I'm not
on how
exactly.
you build it.
My favorite mages aren't artillery mages. They're control mages.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays fucking, what is it? The Syndra, right? That's one of your favorite. big
Syndra,
characters.
Aesol, Zoe,
Vex.
Yeah. Vex. Vex is more of an assassin mage. But yeah, those kinds of people.
Those kinds of people.
Those kinds.
As an assassin mid laner, I also agree that those people are called those kinds of people.
So yeah, that's my highlights. Like something conveniently fell into place for me.
Mhm.
Low light, like the power went out in my house. I just randomly in the middle of the stream, I was doing really good. I got raided, and then my power just shut off in my house.
Oh, that
Uh,
sucks.
Luckily, I don't know why, but it's kind of a blessing in disguise because I've been having really bad ping for like a week or so. And it's probably because my modem is like 15 years old and power cycling it sometimes helps. So when the power in the house went out, it just kind of reset everything for me. It's so hard to find time to reset it when like everyone's using it in your house at the same time. There's like 5 other people on the internet. Like, can I reset? Like, no, I'm at work, or like I'm doing something on my computer, or I'm downloading something. Blah, blah, blah. It's so hard to find time. But now that it's kind of like forcibly happened, I guess it's kind of worked out.
So moving on to the next topic of today's episode, we have our streaming experience. Platforms we've streamed on, our general take, a little bit of our history. So starting with me, I was actually a YouTuber before I was a Twitch streamer. I very much looked up to YouTubers and Let's Players when I was a kid. And I think all of us, especially people around our age, I'm dating us again, yo, still can't beat the Unk status. Like, looked up to, like, you know, PewDiePie, Markiplier, things like that, and, like, aspired to do that one day. I feel like every single one of us at some point, like, downloaded Fraps or got OBS and, like, recorded, you know, a Let's Play, and was like, I'm gonna make it one day, you know, and I did that with Slenderman, the 8 pages, back when that was a thing, and it scared the hell out of me. I never wanted to be a Let's Player after that ever again. I actually cried. My very first Let's Play video game. Yep. Never uploaded it. That stayed right there on my computer. But I'm notoriously bad with horror games, so maybe I just chose the wrong thing. But once I get into content creation and I like started taking it seriously in 2019, I was doing like, you know, League of Legends guides and things like that. And then like Legends of Runeterra came out, which is the League card game. I started making guides for that, tier list, you know, things. I just followed my passion, and my passion was making YouTube videos. I really liked the editing process. And that's pretty crazy to some people, is like I sit down, I like the tedious aspect of it, of just like hard grinding a video for like 3 to 4 hours and then boom, upload it. So I actually did a bunch of that first before I even thought about like streaming. But then like I started streaming at the same time and like cross promoting, being like, yo, I make YouTube videos, check those out. And then in the YouTube videos be like, yo, I stream, go check that out, you know, and just kind of started doing both at some point. I did end up like streaming on YouTube for a little bit. And I know multi-streaming is a thing, but like for some reason my hardware just can't handle it. My like multi-streaming is terrible. But like when I did stream on YouTube exclusively, it felt pretty good. And the main difference that I actually noticed, and I want to know Hikaru's take on this as well. For me, my YouTube chat was so much less annoying and like less toxic. The YouTube chat are like so friendly, so encouraging, and sometimes they're like the same people, but whenever I got a new viewer on like a YouTube live stream, they were just so fun to talk to and be around. I actually remember this story where someone was in the YouTube chat and he was like, yo, and I don't know if it's real, but I'm just going to take his word for it because no one lies on the internet. He was like, yo, I'm on a naval ship right now. I got my whole crew and we're watching your stream. Yo, shout out from the ocean.
That's
You know.
so cool.
Yeah. He's like,
no,
yeah.
I 100% agree though. Like,
Yeah.
in order of toxicity, YouTube is probably the most wholesome chat that I have. It's a little like random sometimes, but they're definitely the most wholesome, I think. And I don't know how they do it, but YouTube does like the best job, in my opinion, on moderating their content. If you got banned from YouTube, it's because you were playing with fire. And like, I know a lot of people don't agree because their Oshis get banned for literally playing with fire. Like showing crazy stuff. Well, I shouldn't say crazy, but like I don't know. Maybe if you don't skirt the lines, there would be no reason to ban you. But YouTube does a really good job at moderating all those things, in my opinion. I'm kind of a YouTube truther now.
Yeah.
So, in order of toxicity, like TikTok is probably the most toxic because there's like zero moderation, and it's mostly kids, like younger kids. Twitch is probably the second most. I haven't been on Kick before, so I'm not really counting Kick.
Mhm.
And then like Billy, and then YouTube.
Mhm.
Because like you get your fair share of hecklers on Billy sometimes. It's
Mhm.
usually like anti-foreigner people. But
Mhm. If you want to say what's like your favorite to stream on, is that like correlate with the chat environment, or are there like other factors as well that makes one platform like super fun compared to another?
I would say my favorite is probably YouTube actually. Like I give Twitch my most attention, and like I have less viewership on Twitch, but it's like a bigger source of revenue and it's a bigger source of interaction for me.
Mhm.
Like they're all different. I like them all for different reasons.
Yep.
So it's kind of hard to say. I'd say YouTube is like if I had to do you had to pick one, that's probably the one I'd pick.
Is that what you'd also recommend to like an upcoming or a like starting stream kind of content creator, or if they're going like the VTubing route, would you recommend doing YouTube first, doing Twitch first, or doing like a mixed bag?
Oh, 100% I would recommend YouTube first.
Hmm.
YouTube is like I'm a YouTube truther, like I said. The algorithm for YouTube is just a million times better than Twitch. Twitch has been like I know a lot of people like Twitch for whatever Twitch is, for the interaction, for like that kind of stuff, but ultimately Twitch is more of a kingmaker tool than anything else, and it's very click based. Um, that could be good or bad depending on whether or not you're in the click. So it's very like I feel like it's very hard to grow organically on Twitch. But on YouTube, they're really, really good about being clear about what their algorithm is and then like having a formula for you to work with. So yeah, I just appreciate them a lot more for that.
I think I would agree. If I were to do it over, I think I would start with YouTube and do like videos and live streams, because I really like the organization of the platform as well. I think they've come a long way compared to like even 5 years ago, making it accessible and easy for people to check out YouTube videos and streams at the same time. Like just having like the little tabs, and also the fact that it automatically stores your VOD on YouTube, so you don't have to do like any of the export tricks or anything like that, wait for all that from Twitch to YouTube. It keeps everything kind of like in one place, and I think that's a really big key part of the argument as well, is that Twitch does delete your VODs at some point, but YouTube will keep it forever. So in case
Yep.
your game that you're playing becomes popular or a sequel comes out for it in the future, people can go back and watch you play the original and then watch you play the sequel. Now, a really good example of this would be Poppy's Playtime, which releases a chapter like every year and a half or so. So if you wanted to stream Poppy's Playtime from start to finish and you don't want anyone to feel left out, boom, YouTube stream it. Episode 1 will stay right there on your YouTube channel, and then whenever episode 4 comes out, people can watch you from start to finish. So your VODs or your streams will constantly grow when other things happen. I think that's really cool. That's like a massive difference between the two that I don't hear talked about enough.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Like I think that for Twitch, like no one ever watches Twitch for their videos. Like
Mhm.
everyone only watches Twitch for their live streams. And I get that's why like a lot of people think that Twitch is the go-to for live streaming content. But YouTube has kind of picked up the pace, and I feel like their monetization, their algorithm, everything's just better.
Yeah, for me, like I basically only stream on Twitch, and it's a little hard to get into like YouTube because like I've already like done so much on Twitch. Yeah, I can't really like say much about like streaming on any other platform than maybe like Arium, I would say.
Mhm.
I've been starting Arium, and it's pretty interesting. It's a lot like TikTok, I think, where like you can like gift like a rocket or like a heart or like a boba, like things like that. I think that's like the main source of like interaction, I would say, with your chat.
Mhm.
And it's strictly just chatting, so you can't really do different styles of content. Like there's no like games that you can share on the screen, or there's no like graphic or anything like that. It's like purely just talking with your audience. I do feel like it's more intimate, I would say. It's more like, and the reaction time for like what happens, like once you say something, it'll take like basically a single second for them to react. And in that sense, it's very different from YouTube or Twitch. Usually you'll have to wait for your chat for that reaction, I think. So for Arium, it's like it's almost like a completely different category in of itself. And I would say it's pretty okay. Sometimes it's like hard to stream on it because you want to be for me at least, like I am pretty like ADHD. I feel like I have to be doing something on the side while conversing. But if you're just like a somewhat of a yapper, I think
Mhm.
like it's a pretty good platform.
So correct me if I'm wrong, because this is kind of like my takeaway from checking it out and also what you said. It's kind of like a meet and greet or like at a convention type thing. If you were on a stand and people are like coming up and talking to you, it kind of simulates the same thing. It's like very like engagey. It's very like talk back and forth and keep going, discussion, discussion, discussion.
Right, something like that. Yeah, and
Mm.
it's really convenient because you stream on your phone,
Mhm.
and you can literally be anywhere. And the model that you use is like server side, and it's strictly for VTubing as well. So it's like very like it's super niche. So they know what you know what they want from you, and you kind of know what they want. Like you know what you want from them,
Mm.
basically, kind of thing.
And you
I mean, I've
stream.
only ever streamed on Twitch. I haven't
Mhm.
explored other things. I have had some recommendations from other people, especially from Hikaru, regarding trying out other platforms and seeing how that goes. But yeah, the only experience that I have is just from watching other people try different platforms. But personally, I've only ever been on Twitch.
Mhm.
So it's cool hearing you guys and your opinions on streaming on other platforms. It's something that I would like to try further down the line, but for now, I honestly think I should just get my schedule down, actually start streaming properly in one platform, then see if I can reach out and explore.
You know, it's kind of like you should also pick one that fits you and your style too. There's no like one right answer for everyone. You kind of have to test a little bit until you find something that works with you. Because if you try to be like, always do this platform, you know, there's going to be some people that it doesn't resonate with. The community that it fosters, it doesn't work with them. So they have to kind of trial and error like a bunch of different ones. And what comes with that is sometimes a little bit of failure. And I think that's okay to like try something. If it's not working out, you know, try something else, you know, and that's also part of the process.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It wasn't until like too long ago that Twitch didn't even allow partners to multi-stream. I
That's
mean,
right.
like people did it anyways, but I was like so scared of getting banned off of Twitch because you never just want to mess with the rules. Like you signed an agreement to do something, you should probably follow through with it, even if the rule is stupid. But they finally came around, and it's just there. I don't ever see a reason not to.
It's definitely something I should do. But like it's kind of discouraging. Like you've grown your audience on Twitch and then you multi-stream on YouTube and then like nobody's there. So
True.
and then there's nobody talking in the YouTube chat. Like and then like maybe one message pops up like in the middle of your stream that's like 5 hours, but like you're already 2 hours in, nobody's commenting, you have it up, and it's like, okay, maybe I just don't look at it. It's like taking away so much from like what I'm doing already.
I totally feel that. Like YouTube is a different game compared to Twitch. Like it's YouTube is I feel like the more sustainable method of content creation. It's because like I don't know what Twitch is, but like the way they push things out to people is I think really stupid. In fact, it's not the worst thing ever, but like the people who normally watch your content usually get pushed to the top. And
Yeah.
so like there's 1,000 people who always watch the same like 3 or 4 people. They're never it doesn't encourage them to look at other people because they always watch the same people at the same time every day.
Right.
And although that's great for like maintaining a community, that's not really like it doesn't work for those of you like for those people who don't already have an audience. So that's why I'm saying like it's so hard to grow on Twitch. And like what I've noticed is that like this is gonna sound kind of lectury, but most of the people who are watching are like other VTubers and stuff like that who just like browse each other's channels. Someone at my audience size like barely is able to make like a living wage off of streaming and stuff, unless you're one of the like more let's try to get our audience to donate as much as they can type of streamer. Because there are those types of streamers out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not how I would want to do it. When people want to grow, my thought is that like the ideal way to grow is to like make a YouTube channel, pick something and grow off the algorithm that works. And then when you go on Twitch, there's no formula for it. You kind of have to get lucky. Twitch is more about like who you know. And even if you know those people, it's not guaranteed for anything because it's just the way Twitch works. I noticed that like in a lot of senses, a lot of people don't like VTubers,
Mm-hmm.
especially like male VTubers. The amount of growth that I've seen happen for myself, at least on TikTok and YouTube, just after like 1 year compared to like 6 years on Twitch, is just there's no contest. I feel
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Twitch is just complete garbage, and it's like you're playing an uphill battle way too much.
I feel like for Twitch, it's like so fundamentally different because if you're live, right, you have like a follow thing on the left side of your of Twitch, right, and it'll show you who's live that you're following. I mean, like if you're following someone already, you already know who you want to watch, and you're there on the website because you want to watch a specific person, and then there's also the numbers where like the top streamer is always on the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just human nature, but most people just want to watch the person with the bigger number anyway. Like, there's no way you find new people on a site like Twitch where like they want you to just watch whoever you already watch. The recommended section is there on what kind of algorithm is it like doing that for you. Like as a streamer, I don't know. Like sometimes I appear on somebody's recommended channel, like creators. I don't know how I got there. You like there's nothing like intuitive for the creator to do for them to push themselves compared to like sites like YouTube or TikTok, right? Like you produce a content and then you do it often, you get promoted. Like you actually appear on somebody's like main page where there's like 16, 32, like there's like rows and rows and columns of like different videos that are suggested to you. You're so visible to the people that like view videos compared to like Twitch. The
Yeah.
name is small, like there's already content that you're seeking with intent compared to YouTube where like, oh, you're looking for content to watch and find, and like every
Right.
video is different on YouTube. Like every video is new, like with a new idea, or else like nobody would watch you. There's like innovation on YouTube compared to Twitch where it's like, oh, it's my favorite streamer, they'll play this game, they'll play that game. Great. I'm gonna click on it.
Yeah, no,
I
that
think.
I feel like that's a big point that you made, that when people go on Twitch, they're going because they want to watch someone. I feel like if you're going to YouTube, you're watching something. If I'm streaming Limbus Company or if I'm streaming IDV, like more people will go to YouTube and search up IDV, and they might find me on that. I feel like it's really important to like for newer people who haven't heard these kinds of discussions to like honestly think about what it is that they want out of streaming too, because as the saying goes, you got to work smarter, not harder. And knowing what you're getting yourself into, I think, is definitely more important than just ramming your head against a wall and trying to make things work.
Mm-hmm. Because if you ram your head against the wall, the only way it's going to work is if you have like all the passion and dedication and commitment in the world to make it work. But there's even for those kind of people, there are those shortcuts, like you're saying. If you work smarter, not harder,
Right.
it opens up the door for a lot more people to just be well researched, right? Think about it a
Yeah.
lot. Think about yourself. Think about how to apply yourself and how the landscape applies to you. Like, I think a lot of content creating happens off stream. Would you agree with saying that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
A lot of it happens before you even hit go live. Do you have any like trials or like the hardest thing you experience getting into streaming other platforms, since you do it the most out of all of us? So like the hardest thing about getting into TikTok, the hardest thing about getting into Bilibili.
So mostly for Bilibili, at least, I think that you need to find someone to help you get into Bilibili. That's just kind of the way that it works. It's a foreign platform. So there's these things called TikTok agencies for anyone who streamed on TikTok before, but they have those for Bilibili as well. It's basically companies that are created to help you get on that platform, and like TikTok will pay a TikTok agency a certain amount of money for your retention of their talent, essentially. So they're kind of like miniature talent agencies. And for Bilibili, there's ones that are specifically designated for trying to get English speaking VTubers onto their platform. Some are better than others. It's really hard to know like what you're getting yourself into, especially if you don't speak Chinese, because most of their platform is not like English friendly. But I would say there's a lot of good resources out there to help you. It's a little bit more complicated, but I would say that the Bilibili audience is a lot more interactive. They're a lot more like the type of people are really more into you as a person. Like if you ever wondered what it was like to be a just chatting VTuber, I feel like my Billy audience is one that like wants to watch me for me. Whereas like a lot of the times on YouTube, when you try to stream there, they want to watch you for your content, as in like what you're providing them. So when I stream on YouTube, it's more like, okay, people are here to watch IDV, or it's kind of similar to Twitch. So if you are going to start streaming on TikTok or Bilibili, I wouldn't, maybe not for TikTok, but for Bilibili for sure, because it's just in Chinese. Find yourself an agency that can help you. I don't have any recommendations off the top of my head because I'm kind of part of an exclusive one that isn't like looking for talents right now, but there are open agencies. That's my recommendation. For TikTok, you don't really have to do any of that. There are those options out there for you that like teach you how to get started and stuff. But for the most part, if you just like start streaming on it, do their like challenges and stuff, they have like a pretty good setup tutorial wizard. I would just say download the client for TikTok Live and then get started because it's really, really easy to get started on TikTok Live. They kind of push you to everybody, and you'll get a lot more. You can see like who joins into your live. On Twitch, you can't really see it. There's no like, this person has joined the room. But on TikTok, sometimes they don't like getting called out on it. Like, oh hey, person who just joined my live but didn't say anything. I noticed that happened in Irium too. But like I would join it. I was testing with the app to see how it works, and I joined someone's live, and then someone immediately called out my name, and I was like, oh, I wasn't ready.
True.
So I had to leave.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if they see me leave or not, and I'm like, okay, well now I made it awkward. So.
Oh no, overthinking.
Do they see you leave, Kuro?
Well, they see the list of viewers, right? So like they see your icon, like your profile picture. So if it disappears, then they know that they've left.
No way.
No. That's funny. Hikaru just opened the door and closed it on someone.
I mean, like, I wasn't ready. It's not like if I come in and I'm ready to have a conversation, of course I'd love to be greeted. But as a first time experienced person, like I just wasn't ready. For YouTube, I would say do it. You should just do it. Like, holy, just make content. I would say like right now the meta is like high quality, so a lot of edits and consistency. At least once a week. If you're not posting once a week, it's not worth posting at all. And for Twitch, there's no meta to Twitch. Pray that you get a front page opportunity that comes soon for whatever niche you're part of, and then they'll push you.
Yeah, Twitch is literally like
you do.
Block in. Like you just show up for Twitch. You show up and you cross promote because you have to grow on multiple platforms for Twitch to work.
Right.
And that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Where can we find each of us? You can find me at tempomaou on all platforms.
You can find me on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and Twitter at corvuskuro.
You can find me as anjuvalse, that is VALSE, on Twitter and on Twitch.
And you can find me at Twitch as Hikaru_kun and Hikaru VTuber, most other places.
I'll see you next podcast. Tell your friends and make sure to stop by for more topics and fun segments that you can engage with. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
07.